with your little dog?
I can do it for the will. I don't want to go through life being a wonder wheel murderer.
Hello and welcome to the Collectable Past with two guineas and a wiener dog tonight.
Woof woof.
Want to say hello to Tommy? How you doing, Tommy?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Got to see a movie today. First time in 4 years that I think I went to a theater.
Wow. Holy hell.
Yeah, I've been hating for a very long time, people. This isn't nothing brand new.
Oh, yeah. But hey, I'm glad you actually saw a movie that mattered.
Yeah. A bit of a struggle to see it. I will run a short stream tomorrow talking about that. Mm-hmm. Probably right before your show, so I can just go right from my show right into your show and just continue the anger rants.
Nice. That'll work. That'll work just fine. That'll do, pig. That'll do. We also got superfan Adam Shawhan in the Wiener Dog clan. How you doing,
That's
Adam?
right, man. Thank you for having me. And yeah, man, I've looked locally. We still got the same 3 times. Nothing's changed. And I'll see how the theater and all that jazz is at AMC when I go too, Tom. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing some
since we all live in different states, it'll be interesting. Plus, with those that shared on social media with us their experiences, it'll be kind of nice to see what if certain states were worse than others.
Well, here's the funny thing. Mine is not even AMC. Mine is Regal.
Right. Mine used to be.
But we know that's what they do anyway. Like I said, we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But
you damn pedo!
It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Don't worry, Dan Helsing can do your taxes. Don't worry, he will do them for you, cheap and free.
Yeah.
Good.
And again, Adam was the first one out there in the chat tonight. So yeah, hell, bro. We got Toy Mafia in the house. We got Lion Ratton, Papa Cotton. How you gentlemen doing? But yeah, tonight we're talking some toys. Again, I've been too busy. I'm working on a bunch of stuff, so I have just a couple of shorts that I put out there.
Well, real quick, I'm going to mention something real quick. So I did see something new today. And I don't even know when they released it. So you know how I just finished up the Retro Turtles figures when I finally picked up Splinter when they added him. Yeah. So I went there today, and all of a sudden they've got new retro figures sitting there. And I was like, "Whoa, when did these come out?" So they got Wing Nut and Screw Loose as he's got the one character called Screw Loose with him. He's the one that kind of looks like a bat or something.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so they had him. They had Genghis Frog. They had Baxter Stockman. They're supposed to have the Rat King, and I'm pretty sure I've seen one other one, and I'm failing to remember what that other one was, but it looked like 4 or 5 new figures that they have out for the retro line. So they've already extended that. So yeah, I was like, hey, man, they look pretty good. And if the money wasn't so tight, I probably would have picked them up, but they did look nice. They absolutely. I really hope that Playmates continues that. Because there's so many people out there. I mean, I know a lot of people that were into the Turtles back in the day. You may not have always been able to find those certain ones that you wanted, those oddball ones. Yeah. But, I mean, so far, all the ones that they're releasing, they're really cool ones. I mean, the Genghis Frog one, I vaguely remember. And the Wingnut guy, I kind of remember him. But Baxter Stockman is one of the ones that I never had when I was younger. Could never find them. So, if they're going that route, they're going to be re-releasing Casey Jones. You're going to get April O'Neil, and who knows what other really cool characters they might drop in there. Maybe they'll drop their original version of Slash that they had in that line. Maybe we'll see Usagi Yojimbo again, too, in the TV line.
That'd be great. I think he's pretty fair with the license to that as well. The Samurai Rabbit dude. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious to see. Baxter was the Doctor Turns to the Fly, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Which
was very odd because in the toy line they made him with white hands, But in the original comic, we all know that he was a black guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always thought that was odd. Like, why did I mean? I think because they based that toy off the cartoon, because that figure came out after the cartoon started. So
maybe that's what started it all. Wasn't he a ginger as well?
Yes, in the cartoon, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. That's where it started, where the dark fellas replaced the gingers. It all came from Ninja Turtles.
Well, no. Technically, at that time, it was the white guy that replaced the black guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. They were upset by that, so they flipped it.
Gotcha.
That's why everything you're seeing now, if it was a ginger character, now when they do an adaptation where they do a movie or something, they become black.
I tell you what, I can't believe them some bitches. They done white face.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I can't believe that shit.
Lurch Troll,
somebody pass me the chicken. Pass me the chicken. What's up, Lurch Troll?
Shit.
Oh, I'm on fire tonight.
Yeah, well, on that note, I'll just jump into my my review. We'll go to Dexter first, and then we'll jump to the other one. This was kind of cool. Yeah, I spotted these in Target. Those little kind of retro figures that they got out there. I gotta say, it's pretty cool. You know, but I don't really collect this line. I just thought it was neat, so that's why I took my phone out and I recorded. Here's the Dark Defender as well. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think it was like season 5, maybe, or 3. Maybe it was 3. Where he basically they started finding some of his victims, and they were calling him the Bay Harbor Butcher, and the Dark Defender was one of them, which was this, where it's just like this hooded character because someone saw somebody who had this type of look. So it's kind of neat that they did 2 different versions of them.
So who is doing that one? Is that Reaction Super 7 doing them?
I think it is. It's the same style.
I was going to say, because it's really odd, because usually Reaction, Super 7 type figures, they usually have that right on the front of the cardboard,
There's I think it's up here. It's blocking the corner. Let me see if I. But it's on that top corner. I think you only see it for a split second. Again, it's a short, so I can't really cycle through it. But the Super 7 have a red and blue logo.
Damn, I forget what color it is.
That's what that is. It's red and blue, that logo on the top.
It probably is.
Yeah, it's a safe bet that it is. I know a couple of these kind of retro looking ones. They're worth a lot of money now. There was something from like a 70s movie or some shit. My brother almost picked up one maybe 6 months ago or something, and he passed on it. Next time he was looking for it again. Then he checks eBay, and the thing's going for like a couple $100.
Yep.
For one of these little shits. I was like, are you kidding me? That's
you
crazy.
Just never know which one is going to be worth money, though. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, some of these Reaction figures are really, really hard to find. I know at one point they did a Unicron figure from Reaction for Transformers, and it was supposed to be the prototype of Unicron. So before they made the toy for the Armada line of Unicron, they actually did a prototype that they were going to release earlier on. And it just like a big round bulbous, like ridiculous. It almost looked like a gay frog. But that it just looked ridiculous. But Super 7 Reaction made one of these little tiny figures of it, and it's pretty cool nostalgic wise if you know about that prototype that was out there.
Yeah. And
that figure, impossible to find. And I don't know how much it's going for now, but I'm pretty sure I heard that the price on it went through the roof.
Jeez. Yeah, they had the Beastie Boys. I almost got that at one point.
I seen they had all 3 from Sabotage. Yeah, I seen all 3 of them, and I was looking. I was like, they don't look half bad.
No, they
I
look
was
pretty
pick
good.
them up, and I didn't. But you know what? The funny thing is, those Reaction figures have gotten so high in damn price now.
Yeah, what were they, like 14?
Well, when they first started, now I remember this. This is like mid 2000s when they were really getting got going with the line. They were still around like $6.99 at best.
Wow.
Right now they're sitting somewhere around $19.99 for a lot of those things. No, I was looking at the Godzilla ones because they have Godzilla ones too, and the Godzilla ones, little minifigures, look really nice from Reaction, but they're $19 a piece.
No.
And I'm like, I'm not spending all that to get all those old school characters. Don't get me wrong, they look cool, but I can't justify $19.99 for essentially what was a Kenner Star Wars figure.
Yeah, they went in with no lube. That's no, that's wrong. You don't do that. You don't do that to the customer. And again, for what? Because the license? It's bullshit. It's unbelievable.
Well, I mean, no, I know before the Cove crap hit, that those figures were still sitting somewhere around like $12 or something, $12.99 or something like that. You know, $11.99, whatever the hell it was. And after that is when they just like shot through the roof.
Papa Cotton, he says, all my girlfriend's toys come with rapid fire action. I got one with a kung fu grip, and now we don't even talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, because she has the kung fu grip now.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Let's jump to this one. This is a killer piece. This is the McFarlane one. This guy's got to be 20 years old right now. Yeah, I think he's 20 years old on the nose now. Morpheus from The Matrix. One of my favorite characters. I thought this piece was killer. I love that it's like this kind of little statue. He does come with like a little table that has the phone, and I'm not sure if it had the blue and the red pill as well. Like it sculpted onto the table. That I don't recall, but they did make that. I don't know where it is. It's in the bin somewhere. But I found him, and I'm like, well, this would be a great little review to put up real quick. And yeah, so like the detail on this thing, man. Again, this is back when they were still in their prime, putting out really good stuff, high quality stuff. Because now I don't know what the hell it is, but like look at all the detail in his coat, the wrinkles. The likeness is fantastic to Lawrence Fishburne. The work they did on the actual chair as well. They have like lion heads where his hands are. All the kind of like studded work that's on the chair. Again, above and beyond. That's the type of stuff that I dig, you know. But yeah, I thought this that whole line was pretty damn sweet. They try to get like those pivotal scenes from the movies. They did make another Morpheus from the second movie. Was that Reloaded? And it's when he pulls out the katana and he cuts the side of the SUV and it flips and he starts shooting at it. Like they have him like in that pose, like a stance, like he already had pulled the sword out. So one arm's like sculpted kind of back, and the other one has the gun in its hand. I had that at some point. I don't know if I still do, or if it got damaged, or if it's buried somewhere in a bin. Because back then I wasn't keeping any boxes, and most of these were like in clamshells. So once you cut it open, it's like you can't put it back in. Again, that line was amazing. You know, they came out like shortly after I left there. But yeah, good stuff. It's pretty good.
Pretty awesome.
What's up, Tina? How you doing?
What's up, Bad Take Bojan? And what's up, Decepticons Cave of Comics and Toys, man?
That's right. Hail, brother. So yeah, man. I mean, and again, this is old school stuff. You know, yeah, they didn't really move. They didn't have much articulation. Like there was, I think, a cut on his arm here or there, and the hands and the head. It's pretty much and the waist, but that's kind of it's pointless. It's mostly for like molding purposes. Because like you got to chop up the figure in certain ways in order to retain the detail, and yeah, it's the easiest way of doing it. But yeah, it is a badass figure, absolutely. Like this thing, he should have done 12 inches. I don't know why he didn't. That's just kind of like ridiculous. That's a missed opportunity, is what that is. But hell yeah, awesome stuff. Probably because of all the plastic, because that chair, it would be pretty substantial. But still, with the money he was pulling in, he could have done that.
Oh, yeah.
You know? He could have had the chair separate into the clamshell. Save some space for packaging and stuff.
There's a bunch of different ways of doing it. But, like, I'm saying if, like, they were to make it 12 inches, that would have been just epic, man. You know? But, yeah. I don't know. Tommy, did you ever see these things? Do you have any of them?
I don't have any of my old McFarlanes anymore. They've all since been stolen. So Because I used to have an ass ton of the movie Maniacs, including the Jaws with the freaking orca boat.
Yeah, I had that twice.
Did you have the bloody version? Because that's the one I had.
Yeah, one of them was a bloody version. And fun fact too, when we were working on those, they actually sent them over. They sent photos and stuff. I'm sorry, not photos. They sent over one of the prototypes to Spielberg. And they sent back a photo of Spielberg like oohing and eyeing over it. Like he was like it was on his table and he was down, like looking at all the details in it. Like,
so he was Draven?
Yeah. Fun story with that one as well, with that whole Jaws boat. Every time they tried to mold it, do the casting and the molding, when they put it in the pressure pot or whatever, the whole thing caved in on it. And the guy who he had to fabricate the whole thing, he flipped out. He had to do it like 7 or 8 times. He had to build it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like they couldn't figure out how to do it properly. He was ready to strangle the guy in the mold shop. Strangle him. He's like, how many times I gotta make this goddamn fucking boat? Yeah, he was flipping out. But yeah, that piece was incredible, man. Obviously it was because it was a box set, like the figures were not in scale with the other movie Maniacs, but it didn't matter. That piece was just killer to have on the shelf, One of them broke during a move, and the second one, my brother gave it away to a friend of his, this little kid. He was friends with the mother, and the kid was sick or some shit, and he's like, he really wanted it, so we just gave it to him.
Well, the son of a bitch has stole mine, which I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I'm not going to talk about it on air or anything, but they got a killer freaking steel haul for me because every single one of those figures I had were all sealed in damn packages.
Holy hell! Say names. Okay. Here's the address. Go over there and beat them up.
That's a Patreon exclusive.
Right?
Yeah, we don't have Patreon. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who did it, and somebody I don't talk to anymore.
But isn't it funny? It's usually people that you know,
and that's exactly
that's
somebody.
Some shit. Yeah, motherfucker.
Keep an eye on those closest to you.
That's definitely some shit right there. Adam, have you ever picked up anything like this?
No, I mean the closest I have is the chair I'm sitting in, which I got that when we bought the house and they left it because it's literally a badass leather computer chair and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
No, man, I was poor. Like I was the guy that would look at this stuff and wish I had. And I mean, you've seen my collection. I think I've got a decent little setup what I've got. But back then, during this era, I was dad and bills were paid and kids needed stuff and Again, we were middle class, man. So I mean, we were better than some and way worse than others, but above ground, But it was always something that I like looking at, thinking one day maybe I'll have something like that, and then to fast forward, I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you do. And see, that's the problem too, because like, or middle class kind of board. I mean, I'm still in that good position. It's like I treated myself, I think, too much with things because, like, again, being a collector since I was like a kid, and a lot of my collection was either given away or sold or whatever. It's like when you become an adult, it's like I want to get some of my cool shit again. It's that type of stuff. But this piece,
it's a sickness. It's a sickness,
right? I don't know. It's like you can't fill that void. But this piece I literally got back when it came out, and this is that original piece. So to be 20 years old and in a bin in Florida heat and everything, like there's no problems with this guy. Maybe a little bit of bending on his left hand, the fingers over there, but that's it. Like this thing was solid, solid, beautiful piece. I know I have the table. It's in a bag somewhere with the phone, and it'll take me too long. It's like a needle in a haystack, because I have like one of those long trunks, like filled to the top with all this kind of old shit.
No, that's what she said.
Yeah, he was sitting on the top though. I'm like, oh no, I'm taking him out. It's been years since I've seen this thing because like that trunk was buried under other shit. And, yeah, after I removed, I'm like, no, I'll take out 1 or 2 things here or there. But yeah, it's cool, and these are reasonable too. Like they're reasonable sizes. after collecting like those 12-inch figures for such a couple of years, it's like they're awesome, but you need a lot of space to actually showcase those. That's why I think I'm going to be selling off some shit. I don't want to, but I think I just have to because it's just I don't have room. I don't have room for anything.
Well, back then those things were pretty reasonably priced too, especially compared to today's market.
Oh yeah, this figure's around $20. Yeah, these McFarlane ones now. Like if you go to like Walmart or Target, you could probably still find them retail around 22, some shit like that after tax. But like the other figures or specialty stores, all that shit's like an arm and a leg. It's like 27 minimum. If you go to a comic shop, they jack these prices up too.
Well, I don't know. Did you see the new releases they're doing for Movie Maniacs now? Because I seen like the Wicked Witch from the Wizard of Oz. I seen some kind of Harry Potter thing, and there was like a baseball player or something like that, which is kind of odd that they had that in the Maniacs set, but whatever. But those things, I want to say that they were going for almost 40 now.
The older ones.
No, these new ones.
Oh, the new one. And it's McFarlane?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he's doing Movie Maniacs again.
Yeah. I showed it off once before as a short. It was a Wicked Witch in a big giant, plastic clamshell box.
Oh, okay.
And I think I'm almost positive it was right around $40. Don't get me wrong, the piece looked awesome, but I've seen a couple other ones sitting there, and one of them the hand was broke off, and the broom and the hand were sitting in the bottom of the package. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah. I did see this in passing on your thing. I never commented. I could show this one. People want to see it.
Yeah, that was Movie Maniacs. It said it right on there, and that's why I was kind of shocked to see it. I was like, oh, Movie Maniacs. What's going on, Toombs? Welcome.
What's up, man? Yeah, I had you up and then I didn't say hi. My bad.
Grab your torches and pitchforks.
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Yeah. What's the address?
Yeah, this is pretty awesome looking. Pretty good.
Yeah, you seen it in person? Yeah, it is a beautiful looking piece, but
they only made 10,000 of them.
Yeah, it was a limited. And I really did think about picking it up, but I was like, I like Wizard of Oz, I do, and I like the Wicked Witch. Obviously, really cool character from that movie. But do I really want just a standee? Do I really just want a non-postable figure? And I was like, at the end, I decided no, and I didn't get it. And then now I'm kind of wishing I did get it because the detail, like seeing it in person, the detail is there. I mean, there is amazing detail.
How long ago did you see that?
That was maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, I want to say.
Oh wow.
Maybe a little longer. I don't know. Somewhere around that time.
Well, it looks like it retailed for $24.99.
Okay, I thought it was more than that.
That's what they have here. And then like eBay is like you see some ones over here for $22. Someone has it for $40. So you'll have all the varying prices, I guess, for the people who found it.
Well, you know what I just seen today in passing? And I thought this figure was supposed to be only about $34 or something like that at the most. So Transformers Hasbro, they have this one character called Tarn. And basically he has like the Decepticon figure. He literally has the Decepticon logo for his face.
Yeah.
And he's part of the JDL, which is the Decepticon Justice Division. So
is he a jet?
No, he turns into like a tank. But
okay.
he was in the IDW comics and everything like that. And I'm looking at prices, and I'm seeing like 24 on some sites, 34 on others. So I took the damn thing over to the price scanner at Target. Comes up as $66 for it. I was like, what? I just threw it on the shelf over by the dog food because none of the other scanners were working. I wasn't walking all the way back to the toy aisle, but I was like, 66. Those Voyager class figures were never 66.
Huh. Yeah, I never seen that either. What kind of shit? That's the new price they did on them?
Apparently, it's what they had in their system. I was like, no, that can't, because when I looked it up online it was saying like, 34 or something.
Yeah, the Voyager is like that middle. There's the $20 one. There's the middle one, and then there's
the $20. The 20 usually what is the 24 is the deluxe, and then the Voyager is the technically
around 34.
Technically, the middle is around 34, maybe 40 tops. Then you have the leader class, which is like 50 plus, is like 60, I think now.
Yeah.
Then after leader class, you have commander, and then you have Titan.
Mm-hmm. So now they're saying Voyager class is 66.
That's like I said,
Wow.
when I went to scan it, it came up to 66. I was like, yeah, they can kiss my ass for 66 for that.
Inflation, gentlemen, inflation.
Yeah,
inflation.
no one's going to be buying these figures. I think they're overpriced now on purpose so that they won't be making them anymore, and they're going to remove them out of the stores since they're closing a lot of these stores. I didn't know they did the Hangover as well. What a weird line of figures. You have the Wicked Witch, they only made 10,000 of her. Harry Potter and the Hangover. Like, what the hell kind of? And this is bad. It doesn't even look good. His face looks so shitty.
Well, The Hangover isn't even that good of a movie to compare to what we're talking about. So, like, why the hell?
Yeah.
What?
Why would that be considered a movie maniac? Same with Harry Potter.
Like, I'm confused. Thank you, Vinny, because I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, I guess you could squeeze Harry in there, but I wouldn't consider Harry either. But I sure as hell would not consider this.
No. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Papa. Yeah, you can check out the video later. I am going to talk about it on tonight's show. So I do have something prepared for that. Yeah, I did have something releasing. Yeah, but I kind of I prepared stuff in advance. So, I will be talking about it here, though, so if you want to see the full review later, feel free.
Yeah, that's nuts. And for some reason, too, they made more of him. So she's 10,000. She's more famous, that character, the Wicked Witch. They only did 10,000. This piece of shit, 13,000, which, again, he's not a movie maniac. And Harry Potter, 10,000 pieces. And that looks terrible. That looks so awful.
Yeah, but I bet you the Funko people are who's going to be buying these.
I guess. Like, I remember these came out in stores. I have one or two of them from when they came out. I thought they were going to be worth something. They ain't worth shit. And yeah, there's the packaging on it too. Like, that's nicer than this piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not impressed with seeing that one. Like I said, the Wicked Witch one looked great. Mm-hmm. The other ones I seen nope.
Thank God it's the classic Wicked Witch, and they didn't go with Mila Kunis.
And Ted Lasso and Bugs Bunny.
There it is. That's the one. It was like some kind of. It looked like a sports reference, and I wasn't sure what it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's Jason Sudeikis from. There's some comedy show or whatever. It's not even a movie. It's not even a movie. It's literally a show on like Apple or one of those things.
Oh wow.
That is ridiculous.
And I mean, not to break balls, but technically Bugs Bunny was more cartoons than movies.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Shows. I mean, I'm sorry. At least if you're going to do that, Vinny, I have this suggestion. Go with Robin Williams from Popeye. Because then it's movie and cartoon, mm-hmm. Live action, if you will.
Yeah. And then, he's just sticking the name on shit. This was a movie maniac. This is what the line
I had that one too.
Yeah.
I think I had every last one of the Jason ones that he came out because he had one with the burlap sack on his head.
Jason X.
Jason X.
I think I had this one way back in the day. I don't know if I still do, but no, I don't have it anymore. But this Friday I still have too. He's somewhere. I don't know where, but I still have him. It was like that fixed pose. Some people complained about it. That's why they did other versions. But I like the style of it because when you take him out of the packaging, like he looks fantastic on the shelf. But a lot of these had problems too because of the way that they were sculpted. They would tip over a lot, like they didn't do the balance properly on them.
I remember I had the Crow one too.
Yeah, I had the Crow as well. I got him a couple of times. I had the 12-inch one as well.
I had Leatherface. I had a couple Michael Myers.
Oh,
I remember they did two different ones.
Yeah, and the that Crow one, I know like the guy who sculpted him when he had him in the clay because they had like a couple of different it depends on who's working on it, but to put the extra fine details, they had like this kind of mixture of the clay that they worked on It was like carnauba wax mixed with this special kind of clay, and you needed a jeweler's waxer machine, like it's like a little box, and it heats up, and they were using that to to carve in the details. And there were other techniques to it they created in order to put those extra details on. And like the guy had it all finished. He was going to lunch. He got up and someone came by and took something off of his desk and knocked over the figure. And that thing shattered into a million pieces. He came back and he flipped the fuck out. He was telling me the story like years later because he wasn't working there when I got there. He was one of the original sculptors. And they're the ones who went over to Mattel, the Four Horsemen, and they did the He-Man stuff. And they were telling me like they invited me over, me and my brother. When we were working at McFarlane. They're like, yeah, we heard a little birdie told us, you weren't too crazy about the guys over at McFarlane there. And, like, yeah, they were funny, and it was crazy. It almost felt like a drug deal how they came up. Because they stayed in the area on purpose so they could kind of torment those two brothers who were running the sculpting shop over there, and where we're making all the toys, the design studio. But it was funny, and yeah, getting to see what they were doing and hearing their stories, and holy shit, man, talk about some crazy stuff. One day I'll break that down more. But it's it's something else. I'll tell you, it is something else. Yeah, I had this one too. The original Terminator 2 one. Dude, somebody was selling this for $9 at one point. Holy shit.
Probably KB Toy Store.
Right.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Because, I would like to go to KB to pick up a lot of these things on discount, Yep. I mean, why not? I did the same thing when I was picking up the Spawn figures. Yep. I'd wait until KB had them discounted. Mm-hmm. Get them for, like, next to nothing.
Yeah. I'll give you a quick imitation. To me, Todd McFarlane and Bugs Bunny and Harry Potter. Because they're movie maniacs now. Yeah.
I put a lot of tuna on the table.
Guy's a multi-millionaire. It's like, why don't you have some filet mignon? No, canned tuna is all I need. Holy shit. Ridiculous. But anyway, enough of that. Tina was she was talking about some stuff too. The Marvel pewter figures. No, I haven't seen those. I don't go to the Disney stores really. I know of one, but that's kind of a ways away. So I know they used to have some exclusive stuff, but I ain't giving any money to Disney anymore. Not at all. So I haven't been there in like fucking 2 years, I think.
No, I got something to laugh at them later on.
600 to 1,000 per character. Holy shit, that's insane.
They can go suck it from left to right.
Right. Holy shit. And Toons was saying that $66. That's like $130 something here. Wow. Where are you, down under? Disgusting.
All right. Well, Papa was bugging, and a few other people mentioned it, so I'm gonna give it to him.
What's that?
So I have one thing I had prepared. It did go up as a video. Like I said, I had actually planned the past 2 days out way in advance because I knew I was going to go see this movie today. So just in case, and it did run a lot longer than I thought it would because they didn't even start the movie at 12. When you go to see a movie and it says 12 o'clock, I expect the movie's going to start at 12. They're going to start previews and shit 10 to 15 minutes before. No, they started previews at 12 o'clock. So by the time the movie started, it wasn't until like almost 12:30 that the movie actually started. And I was like, well, yeah, this is going to run a lot longer than I thought. Okay. So there goes most of my day. But I did have shit prepared ahead of time. Thank God I thought ahead. So it did already drop on my channel, but I got a shortened version right here for all of you hanging out in the chat. Got another one here from NECA, Iron Maiden, and here we go. everybody, what's going on, and welcome back. So we got another one to show off here from NECA. The 40 years Iron Maiden Eddie from Aces High. And here we go with Eddie right out of the box. Not bad looking at all. It's a rubber chest up here. He's actually got all the wiring and everything for the helm sitting on there. He's got decent movement in the head right here. There's a fair amount of articulation in there. He's got a waist cut right there. Look at that, nice chest cut. So he's got some turn right there. Also got a complete waist turn as well. That's pretty cool. He's got movement here in the legs, not so much back. This seems to be one of the flaws with these ones. They don't have a lot back. He's got a bend at the knee. He does have a turn at the thigh up there. He also has a turn down here at the shin. It's really hard to get it to move. He does have a bit of a pivot and a rock down here at the ankles. Of course, he's got movement in the arms. It does seem a bit limited. I mean, it does come up, does come around some, but it seems like it's limited, I think, by this big giant jacket that's on there. He does got an elbow cut as well, and he's got a turn at the wrist, and there's supposed to be a pivot too, but I think with these oversized gauntlets that are part of the gloves, he can't seem to really bend that in very well. So let's go ahead, we'll get out his gun and throw him in a few action poses as well. There he goes, getting ready to fire his revolver at somebody as he escapes from his down plane poses. Here we go with one more pose. Got his legs stretched out just to see that he is fairly stable. Not always perfect, because sometimes he will fall over if the extension is a little bit too much. Cannot get into a kneeling position is one of the things I hate. And of course, right there, that's where a double jointed knee comes into play, and a very good amount of movement in the top of the hip so you can get into the position. But overall, this is a very nice looking figure. The attention to detail is amazing on this one. Like everything, even on the back of the jacket, the wires going around to his helmet and the harness and everything, like that looks fantastic. 40 years celebrating Iron Maiden. Guys, be sure to let us know what you think about this one. We'll catch you next time. Later, y'all.
Dude, that is a beautiful piece.
I was really worried that it was going to be like the Peace of Mind and it was going to be like a 2015 mold or anything. No, this one actually, I checked out the stamp. It says 2021, so it's not that old. Yeah, unfortunately, it only did come with the gun, Papa. The figure itself is absolutely beautiful, though. I mean, the camera, I think, caught most of the detailing in the face and everything really well. And like the wiring coming around from the helm that's supposed to be part of the communications and everything is supposed to be built into the helmet. The bullet holes in the back of that jacket that he has, the harness that he has, all in the rips in the cloth goods and everything, like really, really nice. And even though there is limitation because they don't have double jointed elbows and knees, the movement that you do have there in those joints is pretty damn good because he gets some really good positioning. And the fact that he was able to stretch his legs out that far and was still able to stand on that turntable as spinning around, I was fairly impressed with that. I think they could have tweaked it just a little bit more with a little bit more articulation. Maybe threw in one other extra or something extra. And I think this would have been a 10 out of 10, but it fell just short because of the articulation and just giving him a single gun.
Yeah, right. Because like the ankles alone, you see how much more range he got just from the nice ankle joints. They could have done the double knee at least. Even if you're going to go single joint for the elbow, at least double joint the knees. I mean, dude, you get so much more out of it. But even still, like you said, man, the quality is there. I love like the bullet holes they have in them, the attention to detail that they put all over like the cloth goods and everything. Like that is a really nice piece.
No, the one thing that really got me on this one, and it's not to take anything away from the Peace of Mind one. I like that one. I think that one is really nice. But the face on this one looks so much better than that one did. And I'm assuming that's just because this is a little bit more recent of a mold, being 2021. that they really hit it really good, because I mean that face is like spot on. That looks just like the cover art for that single. Incredible work on that. Incredible. I wish I could have found more like cartoons of him in the Aces High thing, but there wasn't a lot available without a whole bunch of Iron Maiden music on that I wasn't going to be able to clip out, so we didn't get hit. So
yeah. Shit. Holy crap. Fun University. Yeah, thanks for popping in. You're very nice. Yeah, it is. It is a beautiful piece.
So I know they got the Trooper out, and I already know that they're supposed to be. Hey, what's up, Tim? What's up, Fun University? And I know that they're supposed to be redoing the Pharaoh from Power Slave. So they're going to be doing that one. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing Somewhere in Time again or not. I hope so. And I hope they do Stranger in a Strange Land. That's one of the other ones I'd really like to see.
Yeah,
but that Number of the Beast one that they have for an Amazon exclusive, that thing is just butt-ass horrible. We talked about that a few weeks ago. Man, that thing is just ugly looking. I was like, ugh, terrible looking.
It's like, how are some things done so well and others like so piss poorly? I don't know. I get well if they're using old molds too.
They started doing these after the game came out. Same design head to toe. Yeah, well, I know that they had released them somewhere around 2019, 2020. And now, because it's the 40 years, they're re-releasing them. Yeah, the Cyborg Eddie from Somewhere in Time. But I really like that Stranger in a Strange Land. Reaction did that. And I do have that figure in the back in the reaction size. So I have the Peace of Mind Eddie and the Stranger in a Strange Land in reaction sizes. And those are kind of cool looking. But if I could see the Stranger in a Strange Land and the NECA version too, I would definitely pick that up. And I would love to see them actually knock it out of the park, because I remember years ago, I remember seeing the Live After Death version of Eddie, and it just looked horrible. I'd like to see them go back to the tank on that one, just redesign it a little bit and put like a full-size figure out like these ones for like Aces High and Peace of Mind, Trooper. And stuff.
Yeah. That would be cool. I did see too. They have like some other kind of exclusive stuff out there. Hot toy shit. I saved a couple photos. Maybe we could talk about it a little bit, but like it's too rich for my blood right now. But these do look incredible. And I did show off like the Spider-Man 2 video game on my channel couple weeks ago, but apparently they got a new figure that they did because his costume they kind of redesigned some of it. But holy shit, the articulation on this guy too. What a killer looking piece. You know, these high-end things, man. And I don't know what material they use now, but like I have a couple Spider-Man figures, and I have the first advanced suit there from the video game, and it holds up. Like you'll see like these kind of wrinkles and stuff in it, but as soon as you move the figure, everything straightens out. It's all perfect, and it's like a rubbery kind of material, and it's like the chest and stuff is sculpted. I don't know what the hell they're using. I don't know how they're making these things, but they're pretty damn epic. You know, some of the stuff you can see. And obviously, he's got Venom in the second game, but. Again, yeah, Spider-Man is like one of my favorite characters. So just like I could appreciate the work that goes into it, but multiple reasons why I'm not getting this. It's one, too expensive. Two, I don't want to give money to this company anymore. It's a shame too, because like the game looks like a lot of fun, but there's a lot of horrible shit that they're going to be putting into it. But to see a 12-inch figure that you could pose like this, they're stepping their game up. I don't know what they did, like the understructure of the figure, but it looks incredible what they did. So I thought I'd mention that as well. Since again, I don't really have much I could show tonight. I just had like the two things that I showed you, the Matrix and Dexter. But yeah, there's something on the high end for those people if you're looking. But most of the people who collect that stuff, like they're on top of this more than any of us.
No, we get it when we get it. We're not highfalutin. We don't have deals with these toy companies to get it before anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
And even if I did, guess what? I just let you know right now. If there was any toy company that was I almost want to say stupid enough to sponsor me and give me toys to show off before anybody else, just know that I'm still going to give a fair fucking review. I am not going to pull punches. If it's shit, I'm going to say it's shit, whether you give it to me for free or not. There's a little thing called integrity, people. So many suckers on YouTube got to learn what that means.
Integrity.
Well,
Integrity
I'm sitting
weed.
here with my integrity weed. Tommy.
That's right. That's right.
What's up, Tree Rock?
Yeah, he was another really cool piece, by the way. A third party, so the licensors don't get any of this money.
Oh,
but
wow.
they made Jensen Ackles' character from The Boys.
Yeah.
Again, this is one of those 12-inch ones, and holy shit, does he look good?
Yeah, he does.
That looks amazing. The sculpt work on him, the costume, and all the little details and shit that are in this. That's pretty impressive. That's the only figure I've been waiting on was Homelander from this company as well. It's been postponed for like 2 years. I paid for it in full 2 years ago, and I'm like, where the fuck is this figure? But they had because the figure had multiple likenesses and light up eye features, and I guess the material too they used for his costume. I guess they had a lot of problems, but
did So Toys join CG?
No.
Is that, I was going to say, is that why it's late?
No, you know what's funny? They released a series of figures. They dropped photos of one of their last big kind of waves of figures, and they all came out on the nose, and some even a little bit early. Everyone's like, "What the hell? And what happened to Homelander?" Everyone's like, "What the hell happened to that figure?" So it does happen from time to time. Again, if they run out of material in China for certain costumes and shit. Because they are using different things, This isn't regularly.
What up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
You see, along with Tree Rock Creations, the Doc is scurried into the chat. Good to see you.
What's up, man? Yeah, Tree Rock. I saw your comment here. Yeah, I was head designer, and here's the thing: it depends on again, if you want to make your own figures and stuff. What type of figure do you want to make? Do you want to make a 7-inch figure? Multiple articulation. I mean, there's so many different things. If you want a 12-inch figure, again, I like this company, So Toys or Susu Toys, however how you pronounce it. They do incredible work, but this is strictly a 12-inch type figure. I think NECA has been hitting it out of the park. Their Ultimate figures, I really like those.
You want to talk about NECA Ultimate figures? So when we're done talking about this, that's the next one I'm going to go into with another NECA figure. And holy shit, you want to talk about freaking knocking out of the park? The next figure, when I show it, I think they knocked out of the park.
See?
Go ahead.
See right there, that's going to be awesome. And then another company that I love, it's a Japanese company. It's the Bandai, the Street Fighter stuff. I love what they did with that. And again, multiple points of articulation. They retain more of a certain style that might be, I guess, less realistic. So yeah, it all depends on what are you looking for. I would avoid those companies like Hasbro and those type of things because I think most of them, not just they're woke companies, but their quality's kind of fallen to shit as well. You'll have a handful of G.I. Joe figures that look amazing. Then you'll have a couple that are just these regurgitated repaints. What they did with Transformers, the quality felt to shit on those. And again, the what do you call it? The Marvel Legends, they are notorious for just reusing molds and just doing different paint jobs and different
and just regurgitating bad remolds too on top of that.
Yep. Because again, they already mastered how to do double joints in for females, in the arms, because they always female arms are too thin. We can't do that. And that's bullshit because they've done figures that had that. And then you'll see newer figures that they try to drop and they have the single joint, And here's the other thing too. It's their packaging. Their packaging's horrible. It's if I can't see a figure, I'm not going to buy it. I want to see an open window. And if my figure's got problems or not, if the paint applications are well done.
Or God forbid if somebody took it out of the damn package and brought it back with a cheaper figure in there.
That too. That happens all the time. So yeah, there's Yeah, there's a lot of different ways of going.
Hey, what up, Tony?
Hey, Tony. How you doing, brother? If you want to pop in at all, I think the link is in the group. But yeah, man, it is interesting some of the shit that they're putting out there, and different waves of things and lines. And third party companies have been hitting home runs. I know they got like a new Kingpin coming out as well. He's got like the Hawaiian shirt. I think it was the Hawkeye series or some shit. But yeah, again, third parties, man. If you want to have good representations of these characters, they're doing it better than Hot Toys. So there you go, Tommy. Yeah, I'm curious to see this figure.
Oh yeah, so this one I've been sitting on it for a little while, not as long as the companion figure that I technically have for it. Mm-hmm. Which is funny is I filmed the newer one before the older one, but yeah, when I got done with this, I was very impressed, and there was very little to complain about on this figure. So yeah, without further ado, here we go. Let's take a look at this one. Let me know what you think. Everybody, what's going on? And welcome back, as we got another figure to show off. Again, we are showing off something from NECA that just seems to be the company that seems to be doing most of these figures right at this current moment. But we got NECA Real Toys. We've got King Kong. This one, of course, is from the original black and white movie. And of course, this is the second version that I have picked up, because there is another one where he's got little dinosaurs and everything I need to do a review on. But this is supposed to be the city version of King Kong from the original movie. So here we go with Kong, right out of the package as he is. Looks like there is a ton of articulation joints on this one. He's got a fair amount of movement here in the leg, and it feels ratcheted. Holy shit. It looks like he's got a double knee here. Oh man, that is tight, but there is a double movement. So you got a joint up here at the top that's on a bit of a pivot. And then you have this lower one right here at the top of the shin. Really, really tight though. So he has a little bit of a pivot and rocker down here at the foot. Once again, very tight. That's typical for NECA. He's also got a nice chest cut right there. There is a really good amount of movement on that. Like, holy crap, that is really nice. Let's see how far down he can bend. That is not too shabby. Now the head looks like it just turns. I mean, there's a little bit of rocking up and down, but not as much as I would have expected. I would have expected a lot more than that. Shoulders, all the way up and around. They come out a fair amount as well. Look at that. Really nice. Appears he's got a bicep cut there as well. Let's see. Yes, he does have a bicep cut. Nice. Once again, double jointed elbows. Joint up here. Joint right at the top of the forearm. Really nice right there. A little bit of turn right there at the forearm as well. Not bad at all. The hand got movement in there. And there's a small pivot. It's kind of limited, but there is a pivot there as well. Really nice. That is a fair amount of articulation. I didn't think this big old Kong figure would have that much movement in it. He can hold this stance right here. Holy crap, did this take a while to get this damn biplane into his hand?
Yeah, I did a full review on this guy too. This thing is so awesome. The best Ron Perlman figure you're ever going to find.
I was actually really surprised with the biplane. It looked really good. I mean, it would have been nice if maybe if the gunner turned a little bit, but I think that's a really minor complaint considering how big that biplane is that comes with him. And the fact that he can hold that biplane outstretched in his hand and not topple over, that was another big impressive moment for me. I mean, the only thing I would say is, the one thing I didn't mention, of course, if you see the pictures there, his jaws do open in the one head. So he's got two heads. The second head's got a really stern look to it, no jaw movement, but the first head has an opening and closing jaw in it as well. So the only thing I think that it lacks a little bit is the neck movement in the head. And that was the only thing that I could really find the bitch about this figure. And I would give this thing a solid 9 out of 10. Like, this is so close to being perfect.
Yep.
That I was like, not only was I impressed with the articulation in the damn thing, with the chest swivel and everything, that big chest cut, but the fact that he had ratcheting joints in his upper thighs, like, I was like, holy shit, that is killer, because you really need the ratcheting joints in the upper thigh so they could hold their position. Like, you know, when they start to break in, if you got ratcheting, they're not going to wear out and lose and topple forward. So all that shit, along with just the detail that they always put in every single neck of figure, it just blew me out of the water. Especially for something you would think would be extremely easy for them to replicate and just go right directly from the movie and just make it kind of laissez-faire looking. But they upped the game on the detail on this, and they gave it a little bit more detail than they even had in the original movie. And I think that's really, for me, what made this figure pop.
Yeah, dude, it's so freaking good. Frankie has that one too, by the way. Hello, Frankie. Yeah, just really, really cool, man. Yeah, they've been hitting that out of the park, dude. They really have been. You know, it's rare if they grab a license and then screw up a figure. We'll put it that way.
The only time it seems like they're screwing up some of these figures is when they're doing like with the like what they did with Peace of Mind. That one could have been so much better if they had not reused just remolded it. They didn't use the old mold.
Yeah, I meant specifically like the Ultimate lines. Like the Ultimate lines, they don't really.
Yeah, definitely the Ultimates all day long. I mean, they were killing it. Like that Splinter one that I got from NECA for the Eastman and Laird. That, to me, that one was a perfect 10 out of 10. There was no flaws that I could find with that figure and all the accessories that came with. That one just blew me out of the water. The Battle Damage Shredder that I picked up, that was very close too. I think I rated that one a 9 out of 10. There was just a few things that they could have did better, but like. There's the Ultimate Foot Ninja I want to pick up, and of course the Casey Jones. And I understand they're going to be doing an April O'Neil for that line as well. They apparently had released one a long time ago, and they're supposed to be re-releasing it. And then they got the 4 Turtles out there, which every review I've seen so far for the 4 Turtles, they look amazing too. They're what was it? The Lee? Is it something Lee version? I think.
Oh, I don't know.
It's not like the original Eastman and Laird where they got kind of like the skinny necks and stuff like that. It's the later version, like whatever that artist was. I want to say his name was something Lee or something, but yeah, that version of the Turtles only comes in a 4-pack, and unfortunately, it carries a very high price tag of right around $150. It's like $145 to $150 for that damn 4-pack, and usually you have to ask for it in store because they don't always put it on shelves. And it was kind of surprising because we had ETEP on the one day, and ETEP said he actually seen it on the shelf in one of his Targets. And I said, well, that's surprising because all the other places and even all the other reviewers that I check out every once in a while to see if they picked it up and what their thoughts on it were, they're saying they have to ask in their stores for it, and they have to go in the back and grab it.
Damn. Yeah, I did not know that. That's crazy. Holy hell. Hey man, like I said, there's a lot of cool different shit out there. Thing is, you got to rob banks now in order to get them.
Or like you pay for it and you're still waiting 2 years later.
Yeah. But that's crazy, man. But we've seen that too. Those delays and those bigger figures happen. You know. Yep.
Unfortunately, when the companies do that to us. Mm-hmm. And you're sitting around waiting for that shit, you kind of feel like a guy that probably took a trip to the Orient and you're waiting for the VD to hit.
Yup. Or it's like when ETAP orders $50 in Taco Bell and eats it. He knows what's going to happen eventually.
Holy crap.
And that's anybody that he says, I mean, we all know what it's going to do to us, right? We know what it's going to do.
Yeah. Absolutely,
but it's so worth it sometimes. Like when that figure comes, if it stays on track, Vinny, like everyone that we've seen, I mean, it'll be so worth it.
Oh yeah, because I mean, like I know, like they've put out updates and stuff too. Like I said, guy was all paid for and shit. 2.5 years ago or whatnot. It's nuts. So hopefully, yeah, because I know they said that finally he is starting to hit. Like they get him into the factories and shit over there, the warehouses rather. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. But yeah, it's crazy. All this shit's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It's like Tommy said though too. It's like we're at this point where shit's too expensive and there's no room and there's nothing else either. So it's like, yeah, just get what you've been collecting that you really, really love. Other than that, but like I said, even with me, like I'm gonna start selling some shit because it's like stuff that again I don't need now. Or it's just taking up space. I can't put it anywhere. There's other stuff I gotta focus on for sure. Like it was helping the channel. Like that's part of what those reviews and shit were. And to have like these kind of discussions and shit too is always fun. Being a collector and still finding like some of that joy in things, because we know what the mainstream did. We know how they just destroyed everything top to bottom. This franchise, like I don't want to go near because of what they did.
And see, this is one of the. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that have gripes with NECA, but this is one of the reasons why I get really excited about seeing a lot of stuff they're doing, because they're going back to the earlier parts of that franchise, like with the Eastman and Laird version of the Turtle figures.
Oh yeah.
They're going back to the origins and the roots, and they're looking at the comics, and that's what they're pulling the accessories out for. Like, I know there was a couple of reviewers that were talking about that Splinter figure, and they're like, I don't understand why he came with a teacup and a pot. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Because it's actually in the comics, you doofus. If you had the comic, you would know that, but you don't. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. I found a really cool... I saved the photo because I thought this looked amazing. It's not really a figure; it's more like statues. But they're like 1/3 the size of a human. That's the scale. Look how incredible this Christopher Reeves is.
Wow.
I can't really blow it up much because it starts to pixelate, but
Yeah.
Dude, that looks like a photograph.
Yeah, it does.
I know these things are like probably like a couple $1,000 or some shit, but my God, like the work that they put in, holy shit. Yeah, it's something else. It is something else. This J&D Studios, because I know like they do like a lot of statues and shit too, but just the sculpt work, the real hair, the clothes, wow, just unbelievable.
See, the only busts or statues that I did were Transformers, oddly enough, because I was finding them the hard hero style busts and stuff. And I mean, they're so pretty, and again, Tommy and I've talked about it because, like he's not really a statue guy, and I get that. But, again, it's got that same, I love what figures I have, as you guys do as well, too. And we all are individuals and like different stuff. But I never was one to really get much into stuff like that because it always looked like shit, I felt. Like a lot of times it just didn't, the bust just didn't quite always look right or whatever. But you get your occasion ones that do.
Yeah.
That looked badass, Vinny. I'm just saying.
Here's another badass one.
Yeah.
Look at that Wonder Woman. Again, it's too pixelated though. But dude,
was the ones I sent Trina, even though I can't remember what brand they were, and of course they were for the movies and stuff. But again, for what they were decent figures and it looked good. That looks like a twin.
Yeah, right? Crazy what these people can do now. And I don't know if I think the skin it could be like silicone. I know they do it like with the 1-to-1 size busts because there's been a handful of them that they put out there.
Yeah.
They had a Bruce Lee. They had Gal Gadot. They did Henry Cavill. They screwed up like with the plugs with the hair and stuff because like they actually do it individually. They did the Harley Quinn. She looks incredible too.
Oh, I could just imagine some weirdo down there trying to stroke the roast beef flips.
Oh Jesus!
They just glue a couple pieces of Arby's down underneath.
No,
she has the ring.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And all I was gonna say is like he would like a Harley Quinn the whole, and then Tommy came fucking way out with the roast beef curtain. So yeah,
for a toy stream because it's
yeah, I'm okay with it though. I mean, I think it's hilarious because it is us. But what do you expect when you got 2 guinea pigs and a wiener dog?
I can't believe that Arby's has never made a roast beef toy.
I know, right?
They have like flaps in the wind or something.
They should do like a Ving Rhames one, right?
Here. So I want to make fun of some of these companies real quick. So I have a toy break prepared for that. And holy shit, some of the shit that I'm seeing on the shelves that these son of bitches have put out there to try to freaking make money and they can't. And just watching it rot on the shelves and what they have to do, it's just been filling this guinea pig's heart with joy. I love watching all these companies just fucking eat rotten eggs. It makes me very happy. So laugh along with me at this one.
Clearance. Absolutely just on clearance now. Like, that's on sale. These are all on clearance. Clearance all the way around the block. Nobody wants this shit. Even the Masterverse stuff is on clearance. Super discount. Everything's still on sale. They're not moving this stuff. Can't imagine why. I mean, these are all just such high quality.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
But dude, Manny Faces, that's one that I still wanted, but it was $10.99.
See what I mean? Like they're not moving though. Like none of that, like all that Wakanda stuff, all the Flash stuff.
Dude.
Around, all the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Indiana Jones stuff.
On
clearance already. Like it was just killing me. I was like dying. I was almost crying in the store. Some lady looked at me like, "What the hell is that guy laughing about?"
Right?
Like, yeah, I'm like, I'm having a good time.
Oh yeah, those vintage ones. Did I see it went down to $3.99 from like fucking 13? Holy hell, that's glorious.
It's exactly what these companies deserve for putting trash out there. This is exactly what they should get every single time, and this is what happens when people fight back with their wallets. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Boom. When you fight back with your wallets, they suffer.
Think about it, it's twofold too, right? Like in some of this, through my aspect of fundage and stuff, like I need to buy food, man, like over plastic toys. So, I mean, and sadly, because of where we are right now, that could have a little, not necessarily on the toy making note, but like collectors like us, like, when you got to get stuff for the pigs or I got to get stuff for the wiener dogs, man, like that kind of takes priority over our, collecting and our toys and stuff,
No, absolutely, though. But here's the thing, and I mentioned this in one of my earlier shorts today, and I didn't have time to prepare that for the show tonight as well. But as I talked about all those clearance things, I turned around and I filmed the Mario Brothers section, and they started restocking the Mario figures. And guess what? None of those Mario I just say that in case Trina's listening. Mario is driver nuts. None of those figures that were restocked, none of those prices were reduced. Not a single one. And the brand new figures that they had out, they had in a different section. A few of those had sold, but yeah, they were all going for the standard prices, meaning that people are still willing to budget their money to pick up some of those figures. Why all this shit has been sitting on the shelves forever is being clearanced out because they can't sell it.
Nobody wants it, and before you know it, it'll be at your Family Dollar near you.
Hey, well, you give somebody quality and you give them a good product.
Yeah,
they will find a way to spend the money to get it. You give them garbage like the shit that Hasbro and some of these other companies are putting out with some of these franchises, especially through Disney. You give people garbage from franchises that you ultimately just destroyed. Nobody's buying it, and it will sit there and they'll rot on the shelves. And not only does that hurt the companies that put the shit out there like Disney and that, and it hurts Hasbro, but it actually also hurts all these stores because now they've got to send all this shit back, and they've just wasted that store shelf space for shit that they can never sell.
Yeah, of course. It's nuts.
Well, I guess maybe the Flash movie would have mattered if they wanted to destroy the universe before that crappy movie came out. Not that anybody was going to go see it anyway, for the most part. It was like, I didn't care, I wasn't a big Ezra Miller fan at all. He just wasn't the Flash to me. I'd rather go back to the 90s Flash or, the Grant Gustafson, I think his name.
Let me tell you something. Ezra Miller needs to be Tim Ballard. That's all I'm going to say.
You're not wrong.
110%. It's all pause here.
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable stuff, dude. Unbelievable. But yeah. I don't know. I got like no urge to buy anything anymore. I mean, I don't know. It's just it's like poison what they did. These companies, all this shit that they did.
It is, man. Because you know what? Okay, with Michael Keaton making the return, there could have been some cool new Batman. Come on, Vinny. We're Batman guys here. We do enjoy the Batman. And
of course.
Dude, I mean, that is kind of heartbreaking that we have seen this happen. But Tommy's right. You got Lou on here. Cut 2. F him. He's dead. That's what they deserve.
He's on the other brand. But yeah, dude. No, that's it, man. Yeah. When you destroy all this shit, like, don't expect people to go in their wallets anymore. And you know what? Disney's learning that the hard way. Dude, they're giving away free tickets for Indiana Jones if you go to Applebee's.
Yeah. Yes. If you order a $30 meal, you get a free ticket to Indiana Jones. Well, I mean, I haven't eaten at Applebee's in decades, but their fucking food used to be more than $30 back decades ago, so I can only imagine now.
You know what that is?
That is desperation.
But you know what that is, guys? That's diarrhea on one end and vomiting inducing on the other.
Yep.
You have fucking.
But don't
Applebee's.
you think, Vinny, if you were going to see the movie, right? Because what are ticket prices down your guys' neck of the woods, Tommy? Because you just went.
It was 11 something.
So there you go. Let's just say that, okay, around here it's about the same, $10, $11. So it's $10, $11 for 2 movies. So if the 3 of us were going to go, that would have been $30. Why the fuck would we go to Applebee's and spend $90 to go see a shitty $11 movie too, on top of it, Mm-hmm. Like, there's no mathematical equation where that makes logical sense if you were gonna see the movie.
Right.
In my opinion, anyway.
Well, I don't know if you remember this, but when they did Captain Marvel, they did something very similar with Eagle Outfitters, where they were, if you went in and bought like a pair of jeans, it'd give you a free Captain Marvel ticket. Yeah. And then there was a few other places they were doing that they were doing with that movie as well. And that's just desperation. It reeks of desperation because they know people don't want this shit. They're not going to buy any of the goddamn merchandise that they have. And Disney is losing money for that because they when these toy companies can't sell that product, all the money that the company spent for the licensing, Disney has to cover it if those toys don't make X amount of dollars.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they're penny on the dollar to make or whatever logistics it is to actually make one figure multiple by a billion, and then you don't sell X amount that you needed to cover that. Oh yeah, they're losing big time.
Yep.
So, haha.
Yeah, that's it. Keep losing
I'm
your
sorry.
shirts, you bunch of creeps.
Yeah,
Especially
keep
with
being stupid, you know? Yeah, you know.
But
just-
I love that they keep exposing themselves. Like all
Yeah.
this shit, like these companies that are all under that same umbrella, you know,
Mhm.
the Disney shit. Oh, well, you go further up, it goes to BlackRock and all that. But anyway, like you could see that they keep like they got like a shotgun and they're blowing their own feet off. With the dog pound that they did, like on the Sound of Freedom and all that stuff. It's like they just like we all know now. We know what you people are. You know, and that's the funny thing. It's like, well, come on, go to the theater, and then it's all right wing people. It's all right wing. No, it's you told everybody what you support, and what you support is dangerous to children. Period. You know, and that's why no one wants to give you anything. On top of destroying these franchises, all the entertainment, putting all their fucking messaging in there. Yeah, you get what you fucking deserve.
Well, you know, as far as the toy aspect,
Mm-hmm.
now we know that some of these toy companies are actually stepping up and they're actually putting out good product and they're not putting any agenda shit. Like, not at one point have I ever heard NECA with any kind of freaking agenda shit in any of the product that they're doing.
Mm-mm.
And I'm really hoping that maybe some of these other companies pay attention to what the hell is going on, who's selling the product, who's moving the product, who's constantly getting restocked because some certain things are always selling out. And maybe some of these companies will start coming back around to sanity again and start putting out good product again and say, hey, you know, Disney, no, we're not putting those shit figures out. It's just not going to happen. We'll put a small spattering of figures for you here or there, but we're not doing these big, massive shelf-filling lines anymore that is going to cost all of us money, including the stores. Because at some point, even the stores are going to get sick of it, and they're going to say, hey, I don't care. We're putting minimum orders in for this shit. We don't want it.
Right.
And then it's their purview to do it. They don't have to stock their shelves with that shit from Disney. And Disney just can freaking eat it, you know? They suck. And I think a few of these companies, I think they're starting to wake up to the reality that they saddled with the wrong companies, with the wrong agenda. And I think some of them are starting to see it now. And I think some of them are really getting worried at this point.
Yeah, as they should.
Damn right, because fuck
As
them.
they
They did
should.
it in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, like look at Indiana Jones though. Like they took taxpayer money to pay for that movie. They took their grants and everything. Taxpayers paid for that $300 million pile of shit. You know, and they're sitting there laughing in our face. So yeah, well, you just lost your shirts with all the figures that you put out. So yeah, why don't you put that in your crack pipe and smoke it?
Oh, and they're still putting out more. From what I understand, they skipped a few movies, and I know they skipped Crystal Skull, which whatever. You know, I'm pretty sure nobody was lining up to buy figures for that either.
Yeah, right?
Most people are skipping the Temple of Doom ones too. Nobody wants them. I'm still seeing plenty of the first wave for the Raiders. There's still plenty of them sitting out there, and they've already moved on to putting the Dial Soap of Destiny out on the shelves too. They're putting that, like, nobody's going to buy it. They're not buying the old shit that everybody liked. You think they're going to buy this new shit that everybody hates? Go ahead and keep wasting your money. Yeah. And the fact that all these toy stores rather are already clearancing this shit. And let's start with Hasbro with their bullshit and everything that they put in a lot of that stuff. They've already seen it because they sent markdown prices to all the toy companies. That's why originally you seen the prices drop on some of those figures, because they realized this shit is not selling. Yep. We went in the wrong direction again. And this is not the first time that Hasbro has gone in the wrong direction, put the messaging shit out there. They almost lost their shirts. They had the right to ship. And just as the ship is righted again, they decided, hey, let's play Battleship and try to sink it one more time. And that's exactly what they started doing again. And it started once again with Transformers, and then it started filtering to some of the other products, and now they're losing their shirts again. Mm-hmm. So I think at this point, you probably will see Hasbro reverse course and start leaning heavily into the older stuff. And I know they're already starting to do it because they put some more Sunbattle exclusives from the old cartoon out there with the Orion packs, Alpha Trion, the Ariel, and Dion.
Yeah, because it's easy for them. They have the existing molds. They just change a couple of things.
Right, don't fall for it, because then you're ending up supporting for them to turn around and slap you in a forehead again.
Well, then they turn around. Then they turned around and they started leaning back into the old IDW, like with the Torn figure that I seen, which don't look bad, but why it was $66 in Target, I have no clue, when it shouldn't have been that price. And then, of course, they got like the minor Megatron from the early IDW series when they had an origin for Megatron right before he becomes a gladiator. He's a miner on a planet, and it was a little bit of the agenda in that story. I ain't gonna lie, because it's called autocracy. You know, the Autobots high ups are all corrupted and everything.
Yeah.
But the figure looks great. It's a brand new mold. It doesn't look like it looks like it's partially reused of the Cybertron Megatron, but with a whole bunch of new parts and pieces on it. I showed that one off the 1 week. It doesn't look bad. It looks like the damn comic version. So I seen that there was a few others, like they did Snarl in the same leader class size as Grimlock, Sludge, and Slag, what they call Slug now, which that's irritating. And they're supposed to be doing a swoop in that leader class too. And the Snarl looks pretty damn good. It looks really nice. Like it looks like they might start leaning back into that stuff. And they also have a 2-pack. Once again, this is partial remolding of Prowl and Ironhide from the '86 movie, where they got blast effect damage all over the bots.
Oh,
that
nice.
also looks pretty nice. So it looks like they're starting to lean back into that. Maybe they're going to start getting away from this crap with the All Spark and the agenda crap. If they get away from that shit, stop talking about it. Just put out some good stuff, but have somebody do some new cartoons. Like I know the Netflix one by Rooster Teeth wasn't perfect, but it was a lot closer to the original Transformers than any of the other shit, including this All Spark, I guarantee, than most of us, would like to see. It's more than we have seen in recent years.
I agree.
Just to have somebody put out a new cartoon, make some good figures again, lean back heavily into the G1 era stuff. And there's a whole plethora of figures that they can go through that they started to go through with stuff from the Diaclone era and Diaclone colors. There's a lot there that they could do if they just leave the agenda shit and just put out good toys, because that's all they need to do. They're a toy company. Leave the agenda in the garbage can where it belongs and just put out good toys for collectors and for kids to want to get. And I know we've had this discussion before. A lot of people say, oh, well, a lot of those toys, kids don't want them. Bullshit. I've seen kids in the aisles. I was holding a Shockwave from the Earthrise line. And I was just looking it over. I already had the damn figure. I was just looking it over again because mine was packed away. And I was like, damn, it is such a nice figure. And as soon as I put it back on the shelf, this little, like, maybe 9-year-old kid at the most grabbed it and looked over his mom. Mommy, please, can I have Shockwave? Like he was sitting there almost salivating, hoping that I put it down. When I did, he snagged it. So there are kids that are interested in stuff, but they want stuff that looks good. They don't want trash either. I mean, stop saying that, oh, well, these are made for kids and they should just get trash. No, kids want quality too. And if you don't give them quality, guess what? They're not going to be tugging on mommy's freaking shoulder saying, oh, please, can I have that? It's not going to happen.
Yeah, that same kid, he ain't looking for Beast Machine figures from that shitty movie. Like, he's looking at the good stuff, and that's where it should be. Like you said, kids know. They know quality. You could just go down the toy aisle. You could see what's crap. Oh, that's really well done. Crap. It's just anyone could see it, even a 9-year-old. But well, gentlemen, I don't know. I think I'm kind of tapped out for the night regarding figures and stuff. But real quick though, I wanted to show people. I got a new piece that I put out there. If anyone's interested in some original artwork, here is a new sketch cover I had done. I actually done this one with ballpoint blue pen, just like I did with the Captain America piece from like a week and a half ago, whatever it was. It was 2 weeks ago. I forget. But I'm digging it. Working with I have a stack of these from conventions and things of that nature. So I'm like, well, I'm put out a couple of nice pieces here and there because I know people are still fans of some of these characters, and if you want them, we got some original artwork. So hit me up if you are looking for them. If you want other characters and whatnot, I'll go through my pile of blank covers, and I think I'll be doing like one a week or something at least while I'm working on other stuff. So We got the goods. We got some stuff. So hit me up. Hit me up, everybody. And here is the Captain America. If you guys missed that one, this one I really enjoyed working on too. That was a lot of fun. That was the first one that I did. But people also like chicks. So that's why I did the Scarlet Witch one with the nice titties.
Right.
Everybody likes nice titties. It's
The tatas.
And it's not the crappy Disney version.
right. So if you want the goods, we got it. You want some awesome comic books? Those are still available as well. Through the Woods, Shadow of the Kraken, the Pirate Story, and of course City of Venus, which I am working on the sequel as well. Those are the pages that I'm currently working on, getting back in the swing of things with. I finished a new page recently and doing some layouts, and learning a little bit more of the program because I'm switching programs to do my inking. I'm doing that in Clip Art Studio now because it's a lot smoother than Photoshop to do the inks. And yeah, it's a blast. So get ready. More cool stuff is coming at you before you know it. Yeah. Oh, I hit the wrong thing there. But yeah. So Tommy, anything you'd like to say to the folks or where they could find you and all that good stuff?
And all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
You guys, you know where I'm always at. You know what I'm always doing. Doing some of the toy reviews as always, and BattleBot stuff. Yeah, don't even get me started on that tournament stuff. I thought I was finished with the editing, and I started looking there. I was like, shit, I forgot something. Shit, I forgot that. So now I'm putting in extras into there, and going to be getting them up soon. I'm hoping that I get them up sometime next week. I'm going to start running those, so they're going to be flooding my channel, which means they're going to be taking up a lot of my short time because they're longer videos and they're going to take a lot longer for my shitty internet to upload. So there's going to be hours a day spent uploading those BattleBot preliminary tournament things. But there's going to be like 6 rounds that are going to happen for the BattleBots leading into the live event. Plus, there's a last chance that I've just about finished editing that out. And then after that, then we're going to schedule the live event for a Monday. And I know ETEP is supposed to be there. Vinny, you said you would come in. Trina said she would like to be part. Stig said he'd stop by. And Tony said he would also come by. And you guys are going to handle all the color commentary for me while I just focus on actually battling the bots, which will make it a lot easier for me. And have a lot of fun doing this, man. I've been waiting to get this live event going with the BattleBots. It's been a while since I've run a live BattleBots, and everybody seems to like it. So, I mean, I have fun doing them. So, we're going awesome. I'm going to lean back in and do that, and then I'm going to get back into customizing some new bots. I do have a new bot. It is going to air in the preliminary tournament. So, there is a new bot already made. He's going to be first time showing off in the preliminary tournaments. Be sure to let me know what you think about that bot and another movie-inspired bot because I'd like to get my movie-inspired bots in there. And I know Disney tried to hit me for the mall one, but guess what? Nah, I created it myself, and there's nothing you can do about it, host. But guys, thank you for everybody's been stopped by. Everybody's subscribing to the channel. Still seeing amazing growth in the channel. And if only YouTube will give me my watch hours back, you pricks. I do got to get my Rumble finished one of these days too, because I need a second place to have my shit where I say a third place since I already have Odyssey. But
we got to talk to Draven because he says he knows how to do the streaming over there too. So if we could start pivoting over there, and they said you get monetized instantly over there.
Yeah, I think he said something about like 10 subscribers, 10 or 20 subscribers, and you're monetized.
Something along those lines. I think you only need 5 to do a live stream.
5 to do a live stream. And well, what it is I think you got to have like 25 or 50 or 100 or whatever it is, or you can pay so that you can live stream. So basically the same as here, because you got to pay StreamYards in order to, to have more than 6. So yeah, it's a different kind of platform. Let's just say it's not as simple as what we're used to. It's kind of more like, remember the old Hangout days where you had to set the key and put the key in for Hangouts?
Oh shit! Yeah,
it's got something set. What sounds like, Vinny? I'll go through it because if I can do it, you can do it.
Okay. Oh,
so man, that's why I was trying to get on board and trying to do Rumble a while ago, because I was trying to get the fifth, get 5 subs and whatnot, so I could kind of pre-do it. Because I know, like I said, brother, you guys are way better at a lot of stuff than I am. But if I can do it, I can then help you where you get stuck. If you get stuck,
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because you and I are more alike when it comes to the computer stuff. We're not really.
Yeah, I want to put my fist through them like 10 times out of 10 for 10 out of the day.
Leave the fisting to Chris. And what's going on, Chaos Hoy?
Chaos Hoy, how you doing? Nice. But yeah, Adam, let the folks know where they could find you and anything else.
So we've got Vinny tomorrow, and then after that, I think we're doing Draven stream. We'll be doing the AEW and I think Ring of Honor for Friday, and Collision on Saturday after ETUP's Saturday night. Then the Mario karting, and then back here Sunday with you. And yeah, I was going to do a stream because I got pissed today, and it happens from time to time. I'll just go live. I don't ever have anything planned, but had too much other things going on. So I'm still waiting on my refund from good old Amazon, and I've got some stuff that I'll say tomorrow on your channel because it's more appropriate there. But Amazon took all that Amazon Day shopping and put it towards the 2030 idea. So fuck Amazon, I'm done.
Oh wow! All right, yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Then, holy crap.
So there's all that good fun stuff. But yeah, man. Other than that, it's the usual, man. I'm hanging out with a bunch of wiener dogs, having fun, looking at, and thinking back on our lives and the things that we have experienced and re-experience them, and going, shit wasn't quite that bad back then. Being in all that we're now the new old men.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.
Tommy's here, but Vinny and I've got about 8 years on Vinny and couple less than Tommy, so I'm right in the middle. I'm the tweener, giggity.
I feel younger than you.
Yeah, man. But look at it this way: I have had a blast with everybody here on the panel in the chat, and it wouldn't have been any better at all. This was a blast. Thank you for the invite. Let me come play with you two little nibbly little guinea pigs, man. We love the little nibbly guinea pigs.
Thank you, Adam. So you tell me I'm the youngest one on the panel here. Woohoo! Oh, my back.
You're the baby.
And he starts getting all fancy with it. My coccyx.
Get your hands away from my coccyx. No, everybody, I hope you have you had an awesome time here tonight. We're gonna have more fun tomorrow. I'm
gonna probably kick it off like right before you because you usually go on at 5. So I think I'm gonna start it somewhere around 4 and run right up to almost when you're getting ready to start, and then just hop right over. So if anybody wants to stop by and talk about Sound of Freedom again, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow around 4.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll try.
I want to talk about some of the nonsense that I've seen personally.
Oh, of course.
And anybody wants to stop in and talk about their stories about the shit that they went through trying to go see this movie, feel free to stop by. I mean, the people that are trying to stop this are absolutely disgusting. And after fully watching that movie and seeing everything that movie was about, and the people that are talking against them, you know exactly why they're fighting against it, because they're looking in the mirror and they're feeling shame. And they don't want people to know the shame that they feel. That's what it is, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, the people who are shitting on it, you know what they're all about, and they made it crystal clear. So I think this is the line that's been drawn in the sand, and that's why they're going to try to remove this movie from theaters as fast as they could. That's their next move. It's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. I know I've covered it a bunch of times. I'll probably talk about it a little bit more tomorrow as well. If not on Tommy's, and definitely on mine. But yeah, it's disgusting. And anyone who wants to see the facts, the guy that it's based on, Tim Ballard, he's been doing a ton of interviews everywhere. He's got a documentary on him that's where I first heard about all this stuff in his operation in Colombia and all that. So I mean, and again, they skewed the numbers on purpose too for the film. They made the numbers seem a lot less, because they didn't think people would believe how heinous and how horrible and how massive this truly is. Again, we'll tune in tomorrow on Tommy's channel and then on mine. And yeah, you'll hear more about some of this stuff and some of the other shit that's going on in the world too. We'll try to find some fun topics as well. I usually play it by ear on the Friday Underground streams. And then, yeah, and then of course, we'll be on Dravens after that, doing some wrestling stuff, like Adam said. But hey, everyone, I hope, again, you had a blast. We're going to be jumping out of here now. But yeah, remember, be kind to one another. Kick ass while you create. If you haven't done something nice for somebody today, go ahead, go out there, do something tomorrow. Because the more good you put out in the world, the better things become. Yeah, don't forget about the frogs.
Friggin' frogs gay!
That's right.
Yeah.
So everybody, I'm trying to find a decent.
Got plug. Okay. And yeah, if you're not doing anything after this, jump to World Class Bullshitters. They're doing their main show. They're going live right now. I'll probably be in the chat. I've been kind of dual streaming with them. They're on in the background as well as we're going. So
yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, Jeff is awesome. He gave me a couple of shout outs too on their last stream. We should be doing something together soon too. Awesome. I know. Yeah, he had a big move recently. I just had one. So yeah, we'll figure some stuff out. But again, Nick, Utam, Jeff, they've been on the channel a bunch of times. Great guys. Yeah, we're all doing the best we could over here. So yeah, support is always appreciated. If you notice, yeah, I'm not monetized anymore. If you do want to send me any kind of donations or anything, my PayPal's there. It should be at Vinny Art, or you put my full name, Vinny Taramella. And the PayPal stuff if you want to throw any bucks at me. But again, I appreciate all you guys and girls. Have an awesome night.
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here, please.